There's no intro once again. Just scrap the intro. You know,
Or
because we had some games to watch. Well, one game to watch last night. You know, we was there watching some entertaining basketball, playoff basketball. Chris Paul played, but he didn't play.
yeah, you got a point. You got a point right there.
Devin Booker also played, but he didn't play.
Yeah, he can never go down in the mask history for the NBA.
I know. It's almost like he played with how you expected someone to play with the mask.
Yep. Exactly.
It was a rough day, Phoenix. It was a rough day, Phoenix. It was a rough day for the Phoenix Stars. Chris Paul did return, as mentioned, and in terms of the scoring category, well, he didn't help as much as you would think.
Mm-hmm.
And Devin Booker didn't bounce back as everybody hoped in the mask.
Yeah.
And not only that, more bad news for the Suns. Cam Payne got hurt in the game, and he didn't return.
It's like one point guard comes back. Well, Chris Paul was out with an injury, so I can't say that. But it's like one point guard comes back, the other one goes out. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, you tell it wasn't going to be the Suns' night. However, despite that, they still kept this really close and competitive.
Yeah,
mainly because of the second quarter, up until the third quarter.
yeah, again, because you want to know why? Like, the Suns, their defense was better, man. Their other players came up big in that second quarter, such as Cam Johnson, um, Jay Crowder, and all those other guys. CP3, even though he wasn't helping out in the scoring category, he was still doing what he would usually do as in terms of a point guard, in terms of still continuing to make the right reads, make the right feeds and things like that, and trying his best to obviously keep his team close within this game from a pure point guard aspect. And you could just see that they outscored the Clippers, I believe, by 15 in that quarter. Correct me if I'm wrong. 15, 16?
Yeah, by 10.
10. Okay.
But it was 27-17, so.
Yeah. So you could just see how much of a change that was for the Suns, despite the fact of not having the best scoring nights from two of their best players. But then you also gotta, just like what you brought up, you gotta look at that third quarter. I think that's the third quarter where the momentum shifted, things changed, came out of the second half saying that they need to fix things, better things up, and they got on the road from right then and there, never looked back. Especially that man with the number 40 on his chest.
I think
well, not him. He was in the other one before that.
Zubac.
Yep, that man right there.
Yeah, he had himself a good game. I mean, he had himself a good game. He stepped up for them. Terrence Mann stepped up for them. Reggie Jackson once again. I'm pretty sure we don't have to mention his name anymore. He's just gonna always step up for the Clippers. Playoff P. After that, bad game. Last game, stepped up, especially in the second half.
Yes, he did.
Clippers team. Also, Patrick Beverley. He was the one guarding Devin Booker, and he did a great job once again guarding Devin Booker.
That's what happened when you wear the Timbs and the Air Force Ones. They pay off, my guy. They pay off, man. He, of course, obviously, yes, Booker didn't have a good game, especially in terms of his strong suit, which is scoring. But let's be honest, you're not gonna always do that to a great scorer like Devin Booker. You know what I mean? You're not gonna always be able to limit or contain him as much, and Patrick Beverly has been doing a great job on him, regardless. Because again, Booker's a great scorer. He's going to get whatever amount of points he wants to get when the comp comes. But Patrick Beverly has been doing a really good job on trying to.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, I know. You can wave it off because Devin Booker's not worried about that, but Patrick Beverly has been trying his best to keep hounding, pestering Devin Booker into doing things, but it ain't gonna do much, but it did a lot this game for sure, especially when we have on a mask.
Yeah. Patrick Beverly, I guess that was really a great tactic for him. Just headbutt him in his nose, and next game he's gonna play bad. I can argue with what happened, but can't argue with the result.
Exactly.
Yeah. But all around, like you said, third quarter is really what changed the tide for this game into the Clippers' favor, and they never looked back after that. So the Los Angeles Clippers get this win on their home floor in the Staples Center, and had the Suns right where they wanted them because they were down 0-2, just like they were down 0-2. Jazz, just like they're down 0-2 the Clippers, and now once again they got to look to regain the upper hand in this series, starting off with this win last night. But the Suns still have the 2-1 lead. But we'll see what happens in Game 4.
Yes.
When is he gonna come back?
LA, not their way.
But we got some coaching news. Got some big
What's up with that?
news. Well, first off, let's talk about the former Mavericks head coach.
Yep.
In Rick Carlisle going to Indiana, or back to Indiana, because he coached for Indiana years and years and years ago.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep. We were young kids. Yep. We don't remember much about that.
Nope, not one bit. But Rick Carlisle, championship head coach, former Dallas Mavericks head coach, is going to the Indiana Pacers in a big move for Indiana. I mean, they just got rid of that 1 year rookie coach and said, we're going to bring in the championship coach.
Yep.
This is a big pickup for Indy. I mean, you saw the talent that they have. I think we always spoke during the regular season that talent was not the issue for Indiana. It just seems like they just can't really get it together. And Indiana's been a playoff team for the past decade, for the exception of the year that Paul George got hurt and broke his leg, and last year or this year.
Yeah, no question, most definitely. I always look at Indiana as a great team that could make the playoffs every year. It's just that the thing is that's basically their ceiling, though. For me, just making the playoffs. I don't see them usually like beating out teams who are always mainly contenders every year. As of recently, obviously, you have Boston. Well, not this year, but Boston is usually always a championship contender, except for this year, of course. You talk about Philly, you talk about Toronto before they fell off. You talk about Brooklyn, Milwaukee. Those are teams that you always say, even though that Indiana is making the players, you don't see them beating those teams, even if they get deep. Well, surprisingly, and then you got to look at it as the opposite side of the coin, right? Because there is teams who you don't expect to go deep or go far, but i.e. the Atlanta Hawks shocking everybody right now, making it deep. And I felt like Indiana has now realized what they lost when they let go of their former coach. You know what I mean? And they make McMillan and see the big mistake that they made, because now just look at what's going on in Atlanta. Things have changed. Things have shifted. That rookie coach, I don't remember his name. I'm sorry, but
Coach Nate.
Yep, coach. The other coach Nate, the white coach Nate. Right,
but sure.
I think. Yeah, but he. Yeah, I don't care.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It don't matter. But they try to give him an opportunity, you can see that it was a drastic down change
Black.
or downgrade. And yep, whack. And now they have to pick up somebody who could give him over hump. And Rick Kyle has multiple experience, and he has most definitely personal experience with his team. His first move is to get Reggie Miller out of retirement.
Oh please! A lot of those tricks Reggie did are not working in today's league. So you can't kick your leg out anymore, Reggie. You can't push off anymore, Reggie. That's over with.
Well, he could jump into people.
That's true. Can't talk the crowd anymore, Reggie. But yeah, I think it's a great move for Indiana. Rick Carlisle, someone I have a lot of respect for.
Yeah.
You know, he's a great coach, been around for decades now. You know, has that experience, has that championship experience, has that playoff experience, been on the ups, he's been on the downs. I mean, I think he can show this team and pull this team back to their playoff contending ways. Will he get them higher than that? Is the question. Because, like you said, their ceiling has always been just playoffs.
Yeah.
Can you go farther? Can you go deep?
No question. And it's crazy because you know what? You just saying this like how he's now the coach of this new team. It's still crazy to me that he's been coaching for this long, and I never knew he was in Dallas coaching that team for that long. To be honest, like I like it still gets to my head. Like the fact that he's been coaching this team for almost 13, 14 years before he decided to call it quits. Like call it quits and move on to a different team. It's crazy, and I wish he would probably stick around more because obviously the talent that they have and where they could go, but probably just wanted something new again, in my opinion. And this is something new again because Indiana has great talent. They have really great talent. You talk about Sabonis, you talk about the fact they got Brogdon, you talk about the fact they got LeVert, Warren, Miles Turner, TJ McConnell. Like the talent pool for Indiana is really good. It's really good, especially when you look at the fact that majority of them are really young, or not really young, but they're young.
Well, yeah, majority of them are really young, but for some reason, I don't really look at them as a young team. For some reason.
Yeah, it seems like that when you Indiana.
Yeah, but let's see what Rick Carlisle can do. I know they looking for that push, that improvement. You know, this was a down year for them, but now they're looking to bounce back, and I think he's the right coach to do it. So, congratulations to Indy. Congratulations to Rick Carlisle, their new head coach.
Yep.
Good. There was some news about who could be the current Mavs head coach, but I don't think that is made official yet. So,
and who is that?
I don't know. He was some great point guard before. I don't know. He got a chip with the Mavs as well. In his later years, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He was probably some bum, you know.
Well,
He couldn't
whoever
really
that
shoot the
person
ball
is,
either. So,
well, whoever that person is, as long as he don't come out trying to cheat or whatsoever, you know what I mean. He got some personal connection to the history of the Mavericks, like from the '90s and of obviously the championship run. So hopefully, good things happen. Steve Nash. Well, it ain't Steve, but it's just a joke.
but yeah, he's still in Brooklyn trying to figure out what to do. Yeah, this other guy, whoever he is, I think he played for New Jersey. I mean, yeah, you can tell he was a loser.
Meadowlands, baby, Meadowlands.
Did nothing, no chip. All right.
Hey, man, there's no chance when you're going against Kobe and Shaq, and then Tim.
Yeah, I was about to say that. But all right. Let's get into. There's no other news, right? Nope, there's no other news. So let's get into predictions for tonight's set of game or tonight's game. It is game. Why did I do that? There we go. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, 8:30 TNT. After their big upset win, once again, Going up against the Milwaukee Bucks, the Bucks look to regain that win back and tie up this series. The Hawks look to get the series road sweep against this Bucks team. But who do you have?
It better be the Bucks. I got the Bucks. They better not let me down.
Said that about Philly too. But I got the Bucks too.
That's the reason why I lost faith in myself and my confidence for choosing teams, because it's like most of the teams I choose is like, they just find some way to just let me down.
Sam Hinkie. Trust the process. You know what? This season over. Let me not tease them anymore.
Hey, look, man, Daryl Morey need to hire Sam Hinkie as an assistant, man. Find that process again. Just saying.
Nothing. Let's skip by. Yeah. I got the Bucks as well. Got to bounce back, get this win. But hey, we know I got it. So I just
Hawks in 7.
Yep. That's right. But I don't have to repeat it. Everybody knows now.
Hey, they call you a madman until you're right.
It's fact. They doubt you, throw stones at you, say he's insane, say he's crazy. Hey. And then he becomes right.
Thank you, Sam Hinkie. Trust the process.
Still waiting on him to be right. Still waiting on him. But nonetheless, yes, we both got the Bucks in a bounce back win after they lost in game 1. But all right. Things time to wrap things up. Ja, final thoughts.
I remember you asked me about final thoughts last time, and I didn't have nothing, but something came up to mind and went away from me. I want to bring up. I will bring up now. I'm just happy to see Damian Lillard finally on the Team USA roster. I thought there should have been so many times. I know there was like a lot of great talent that has, in terms of the guards that have played on Team USA before, but to now finally see him on the USA roster feels good, because I feel like there's many times he should have been on it.
You just putting him over Curry?
No, I was putting him over Curry.
He's putting him over Kyrie?
No.
You putting him over Russ?
No, that's debatable.
At those times?
At those times, no.
Well, you got your answer.
If Darren Williams can make it, then he can make it.
Darren Williams made it in 2012. Am I right?
You're right. Yes, he did.
Yeah, when that was a tail end of his prime.
Yep. What a fall from grace.
Well, when you get Jerry Sloan fired, that's what happens.
Did that.
But anyway, any final thoughts on the playoffs? The Western and Eastern Conference Finals.
Any thoughts on the playoffs, man? Let's see if the Clippers could finally tie the series up when it's their time, or is Chris Paul going to? I think most definitely the next game, Chris Paul is most definitely going to show up in a big way, because you should just like how how we say never bet against Braun or never doubt Braun. Well, even though Chris Paul might be Braun, this most times in terms of his impact, you can never doubt him. Let's just be honest. It's kind of scary of what he could do. But you all right? You want to say something?
Nah, I don't.
You sure?
I'm good.
You should. Nah, go on.
For my respect to Chris Paul, I won't.
I'm not comparing him to Braun. I'm just saying, how,
No, it has nothing to do with that. For my respect to Chris Paul, I won't.
Okay, bro. All right.
It ain't the time.
Well, yeah, I feel like he's gonna have a bounce back game. Milwaukee, Budenholzer, Yeah, your job is done. I'm sorry. Your job is done. I'm calling them right now. I don't even care if you win. Your job is done. You need to go somewhere else.
No, his job is probably safe now. He got to the East Conference Finals. His job is probably safe.
Didn't he make it to the Eastern Conference Finals just 2 years ago?
Yeah, but 2 times in 3 years, it's pretty good.
Okay, I guess.
I mean, Brad Stevens made it 3 times in 4 years, and they said, "Hey, well, GM."
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, I just hope again, I just hope the Clippers are finding a way to top this series. I do expect Chris Paul to have a better game next game, and just please, Milwaukee, please don't embarrass me like you did last game.
All right.
Hey,
Show up, Middleton, please.
that's what happened when you got to deal with somebody whose Chris's name starts with a K.
I don't know, Chris. Maybe you should build up your body and just start running and jumping.
Yep.
But with all that being said, thank you guys for watching today's podcast. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, support the channel, give us feedback, all that good stuff.
Also follow IG and our TikTok down in the description below.
And once again, I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
This is the Mind of Basketball Podcast.
NBA Playoffs Conference Finals Edition.
That is right. Playoffs and Conference Finals Edition.